All right, so we are back again, and we are going to look at whether or not the DeFi season and just the altcoin season is over. Now, guys, look, there's been a lot of FUD lately, and I won't lie, it has been looking a bit crazy. So, what has been occurring as of lately is that there's been a lot of people that have been talking about, well, this is the end of the market, this is maybe the bull run is over, and I'm not going to lie. Even Da Vinci J15 talked about that this could be a really big issue. But you know what? I'm going to discuss a few different points, and then get to a conclusion on what you can do. All right. So first and foremost, you know what we like to do? We like to look at the charts that we have. So we just go on CoinGecko. And what we are going to look at is the price of Bitcoin. Now, I found this post where basically it was said that Bitcoin, yes, someone pointed out this, which I found absolutely amazing, and it's the 21 EMA. Now, if we can just actually just zoom in here. Now, basically, what happens is that every single time as you look, it never closes underneath the 21 EMA. And when it doesn't close under it, well, then we are still in a bullish market. However, as soon as we just close underneath it, so you can see all the way here, we touch it, right? We touch it here, but we never close underneath it, right? So it touches it, but then it comes back. It touches it, comes back, touches it, comes back. And you can see this is 2015. This is the bull run that we had. Kept going up, kept going up, kept going up. And then here you have, this is basically, this is what we have right here. It closed, it literally just closed underneath here. Then went here, then came back up, and then it just started falling down. You can see, I think the price up here was like 20,000, then came a little bit down. It wasn't that bad. But then, you know, when we had like 11,000, came back and touched and closed right here. Closed underneath this line, and then you see right here, it went up a little bit, but after that, it was just a wrap. It was just a wrap, right? That was the end of the bull market. And after that, then you can see it start closing more and more under the weekly 21 EMA, and then it was over. And then it went all the way down to $3,000. So you can see how important this line is. This line is super, super important. And this goes even back, you know, this is basically, even if we look, you know, back here, every single time it touches it, well, then, then there's nothing to it. But all the time in the bull market, so it started actually even literally from 260 all the way up to 11,000, oh, sorry, 20,000. Didn't touch it. And as long as it doesn't touch it, like it can do like that, but it can't close, which basically means it can't have this large red candle. It can have the small ones, right? The tiny ones. That doesn't matter. Now, if we just go forward, right? Now, this is what we have. Now, obviously, we had a lot of going on right here. You know, this was, you know, the bear market, bear market, bear market. And then all of a sudden, we are now in a bullish trend. 2019, then we came all the way up here, even, you know, went up and up and up. And unfortunately, I can't see the light right here. I don't have the line, but all I can tell you, guys, is can't see why I can't get the line right here. But all I know for a fact is at this point we are in a state right now where I cannot get it, but we have not touched anywhere near it. But the thing is, at this point, if we close underneath $45,000, right? If we close this week, so we have a few days left. If we close underneath $45,000, then we are in a bearish trend. And I'll share the opinion that I have from a few people. If we have 45,000, yep, we are definitely in a bearish trend. Now, what would that mean? Personally, I'll share the opinions of the others. So Da Vinci J15, regardless of anything, he thinks that we will see a lot. Like, he is saying that we will see a pause on the bull season. which is huge, right? He's saying we'll see a pause. Now, how long is that pause? Is it over? No. What he basically saying is that the bull run will just be temporarily paused, just for a few months. It will be paused, and he predicts all the way here. Now, Call from the Moon said, "Oh yeah, I think he'll go going all the way down to 18,000 something." Absolutely crazy. I absolutely don't think so. I think at worst we could see something like 30,000 or 25 ish, like that. But that's the absolute bottom, right? And but he thinks that, look, the alts are gonna bleed and Bitcoin is gonna, it's gonna go hard, and it's just gonna stay there for a few months, gonna try to come back and just stay there for a little while, just for a few months, and then we are gonna go and continue on as usual. And he still predicts that we are going to hit some insane numbers by the end of this cycle. Now we go on to, I've obviously told you that if we close here, I honestly think that, yeah, we will be in a bearish trend, and it will just keep going down. What does that mean for you? Well, if we ask BitBoy, now BitBoy, I love BitBoy, as I mentioned. I love him on his macro points, which basically, when he talks about the macro aspects. Now, a lot of people give him talk about him not being correct about the $2,500 Valentine on Ethereum. Look, BitBoy was one of the few people that were talking about Ethereum even being close to these price points at all. I remember last year when Ethereum was like $200 or $300, he was talking about 900 and 5,000 and so on, and everyone was like calling him a moon boy. So essentially what he's saying is that he thinks it's a DeFi 2.0 season. He thinks that this is market manipulation. I'm not going to quote him, but that's what I've heard. That it's market manipulation. The markets are being manipulated. And a lot of people are actually coming out now and say, hey, you know what? We actually think that the markets are being manipulated. What's happening is that a lot of people, there's a lot of FUD and a lot of fear that is being spread. And what happens there is that a lot of people are selling off their Bitcoin. Now, what will happen at that point is that a lot of institutions will start to pick up those Bitcoin, because you can't produce more Bitcoins. Look, guys, they won't just want as much Bitcoin as possible. So they will gladly take your mined Bitcoin, which is why there's been a lot of like fearful selling. So what will happen at this point is that he personally thinks that it's going to be DeFi 2.0 season, right? Very, very, very soon. If we actually just look at the charts, right? So we see here 24 hours, Ethereum gone up a little bit, but you can see it's still down. XRP. Oh God, XRP. Cardano has been doing, holding up good. Dogecoin. I don't know what to say right now. Polkadot's been doing pretty cool. What's really good is that you want to look at the projects and look how stable they are. Now, Polkadot has insane potential. Dogecoin probably has too, but Cardano, you have a lot of cool, strong projects. Polygon, absolutely insane. This has just been an insane one. And then you have, a lot of project that has been holding up strong still. Now, Aave as well, one of my favorites. So, what does this mean for you, right? What should you do? Look, personally, what I think is that I follow Da Vinci's, what he says normally. If we don't hit 45,000 by the end of this week, I do believe that we are going to see a bearish trend. What does that mean? I think that we are going to see a lot of the Bitcoin price crash, and the alts are going to bleed even more. What does that mean? You should sell all your alts? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Not financial advice. Do your own research. But I repeat, I do not think that you should do that. And why do you may wonder, well, why shouldn't you do that? Well, the thing is, look, if you were to do that, right, you would have to buy back all of this. And we don't know what's going to happen. Look, at the end of the day, what could happen is, let's say that this is right here, right? So what could happen essentially is that, oh, damn, we go all the way down, all the way down, all the way down. And let's say you just sold right here, right? And then it goes down because you're thinking, you know what, I want to buy it when it comes back lower, but you never know when it's going to happen. And then one day it's just going to fly all the way up. And then it's just going to keep going up and up and up and up. And then you're going to be buying up here. And then all of a sudden it's going to fall, right? and hopefully not these prices, but it's just gonna fall. It doesn't make no sense for you to do that. So look, guys, what should you be doing? Dollar cost average, dollar cost average, dollar cost average, dollar cost average. There's a lot of cool DeFi projects. I've been talking about them. Look, YFI. Let's have a look at that one. Personal favorite. YFI. I'm picking more and more YFI up. SNX. I literally just heard Token Metrics, the guys from Token Metrics, talk about. Look, they believe, and they've been actually quite good with some of their predictions. I won't lie. They've been actually really good. They believe that SNX is insanely undervalued. Absolutely insanely. They believe it's going to be worth upwards of $100 by the summertime, or by, like, midsummer or whatever. I didn't think they specified. So $100 here, right? Now that is a 5x priced in dollars. And you're in fairness, you guys know what I believe in this. I believe that this is going to be worth 15 Bitcoin. So does the Vinci J15. So should you be buying? I honestly just thought I would take, I don't want to do any temporary swaps. If we close, I will make another video, and then we can walk through, okay, what can we do in the short run. But the thing is, we don't time the market. We don't know. All we have to do is dollar cost average, dollar cost average, dollar cost average. That means that we buy a little every single week, right? If we see a dip, cool, we buy. We don't see a dip, cool, we buy as well, So that's what you should do. Don't listen to the FUD. There's a lot of FUD being spread around. But honestly, just keep on buying these projects. Now, we can have a look at a few of them if you guys would like. Like Polkadot, I actually picked up. I actually had a look at Polkadot a lot, because it's so underpriced. It hasn't done anything. Now, I think it was the Vinci J15 that talked about it could do an absolutely face rip. So if we actually look here, priced in. So let's see here. Yeah, you can see, guys, look, this is so undervalued at this point. So if you have a little bit of Ethereum laying around, man, you should definitely be buying some Polkadot. The same applies to SNX. Look, guys, SNX, Polkadot, Compound, YFI. Please just listen to me on YFI. I know it sounds so crazy and this and that and moonboyish, but trust me. And with YFI, it's just gonna go crazy all of a sudden. It's not gonna wait. It's just gonna boom, right? But for instance, with this coin, if we look at the chart, now obviously the USD chart is like, oh, it looks a bit expensive. But if you have a little bit of Ethereum laying around, or Bitcoin for that sense, I would personally, I think most of you guys probably have a lot of big Ethereum laying around. But so if we look at it from here, right, you can see what the price action looks like. So if we take from this button, right, we take from this button all the way up here, you can see, guys, come on, it's not even 61 points. It's all the way down here, which means it's a perfect buy. I would definitely be buying a lot of Polkadot right now, because the ecosystem of Polkadot is just going to be absolutely insane. Should you be buying more Cardano? I don't know at this point. Honestly, I think Cardano, is a little bit overpriced. But look, YFI, Cardano, YFI, Compound, SNX, Chainlink, and yeah, I think those are definitely one of the biggest players. You should be picking up these. And yeah, definitely. Like, look, at this point, I still think we have a lot of room to go on Cardano. But look, guys, it's not going to keep going up, right? We are going to have a retracement, and a lot of people are going to be selling at that point. So personally, I think maybe you should wait a little bit. Wouldn't pick up more Cardano at this point. Maybe wait for it to come back to reality, and then have a look at it. We can actually look at it right now. But as you can see, yeah, absolutely, guys, nope. I would not be buying up here. Absolutely not. Well, if I had dollars, then I guess, right? But I would not be buying with my ETH. Actually, I wouldn't do that neither, because I'm trying to get more Ethereum. But look, guys, this is in the red zone. We don't buy up here. We don't buy. But I've already given you a few options. Ethereum is obviously a big player. If you don't have Ethereum, please get some. SNX, start pulling a lot more SNX because it's so undervalued. And then, then you have YFI, Compound. And if you're looking, and Maker as well, Definitely pick up a lot of Maker. These large DeFi projects. Now, if you're looking for one project that you're like, oh my god, I really want that, then audio, basically they're calling that the Spotify of cryptocurrency, right? And it's insanely undervalued. I had the guys from Token Metrics talk a lot about it, and yeah, it seems pretty cool. Like it has a lot of cool fundamentals you guys can read about. Um, they're basically trying to create a new type of Spotify ish. Don't quote me on that, but let's just see here. Oh, we don't have that audio BTC. We can just check the price in Bitcoin. Eh, eh. Yeah, it's a bit high. I'm not gonna lie, but oh damn, this is also probably why. This is probably why. Yeah, it's a little bit high. It's a little bit high, but I wouldn't be upset with you if you bought here. But look, guys, at the end of the day, just keep buying, just keep holding. This is definitely not the top. One thing I also wanted to talk about is that when there's a top, what normally happens is that I'm just going to use this thing right here. Let's say that this was our graph, right? Now, what would happen is that we would have a huge spike all the way up, and then, whoops. So we would have a huge spike all the way up, and then we would come down. And if you look at the chart, on the Bitcoin chart, that has not happened at all. Like, absolutely not. So I'll just go back here, Bitcoin. Number one, obviously. Now you can see, so we just need to hit that 45,000. Let's look at the chart, you guys. Let's just look at the 90-day charts. Right. Like, we need to hit, yeah, you can see, guys, look. It hasn't done that at all. It hasn't had a huge spike up. Like, it's just been a gradual move. Gradual from 20, then went up here. Guys, we need something that is just absolutely crazy. Like, if this if this went up, like, you know, if it actually did something crazy, something like, okay, going, and then did something like this, yeah, that's probably the top. But this is not the top. This is absolutely not the top. That's what I believe. This is not the top, guys. One thing I like the dominance dropping, which is really good for the alts. But let's see what happens, guys. I'll keep you guys updated. Just make sure that you keep buying the dips, man. Buy the dips, buy the dips, buy the dips. So without further ado, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you comment, like, subscribe. Helps out with the algorithm. And yeah, I'm gonna catch you soon. All right, peace out.